and get our laundry done. And they would do our laundry and give us a ticket, and we could pick up our laundry. So, I mean, everything was taken care of there for us. If we needed something, there was somewhere to go. There was even a hospital there in case an athlete was injured. They could stay there. So it was, I mean, they didn't leave anything unturned. It was so organized and just incredible. There was 2 cafeterias. One was large. I think it sat about, I heard a couple thousand people, and then the other one was about 800 people. Team USA had their own facility that they used. It was called Beijing Normal University, and they used it for 2 months, and weightlifting was one of the sports that was there, judo, taekwondo. They had all the facilities there, sports medicine. We even had our own dining area to go to. So it kind of took away from the chaotic feel of the village, so it was just us training. It was our own area to be in to train, but it was absolutely awesome. 24-Hour Fitness did our weight room, and they did not leave anything out. They had trainers coming in to help us. They'd load and unload our bar for us. They'd give us towels, and it was an absolutely great training facility. And being there, you know, it was just Team USA, so you could bump into athletes. Like I bumped into Kobe Bryant in sports medicine, or one of the Olympic track guys, Adam Nielsen. He's a thrower. You know, just in sports medicine, you bump into people, and everybody was excited to be there, and everybody was talking to each other and wanting to meet people and make new friends, and just the whole Olympic spirit was in everybody. The opening ceremonies were incredible. We left the Olympic Village at about 4 o'clock, and we went to a separate building. It was actually the fencing venue for the Olympics, and we were there for probably about an hour, and we were waiting to meet President Bush. So he came in and he gave us a little pep talk, and President Bush, his wife was there, as well as former President Bush. So that was really incredible, and he came and he took team photos with everybody, as well as individual photos. So that's one of the really neat pictures that I prize, was meeting the President of the United States. Waiting to meet President Bush was really neat because all the sports were together and we were all in our uniforms for opening ceremonies, and lots of photo ops, pictures with friends. And living at the Olympic Training Center, there's 10 to 12 other sports there. So you become friends with these people, and you see them progressing, and you keep in touch how their training's going, how competition is. And to be there with these people that you've known for so long, it's so exciting to be sharing the experience with each other. I just have tons of photos of, the one-arm photos with everybody, and then after meeting President Bush, we went into another building. It was actually the gymnastics arena. We were in that building with every single other Olympian participating at the Olympics, and we had numbers and sections we had to sit in, and we were number 140. There was 139 other countries ahead of us to go. So we had to sit and wait for our return, and there was a jumbotron, and the number would go, and so we knew how much longer we had to wait. So even there, we sat down, and you turn around and meet, the baseball team was sitting behind us, some track and field guys. It was just really neat. Yeah, it was really neat because well, what do you do? Well, what do you do? Where are you from? And sport it's a large thing, but it's so small on some levels that you'd meet somebody and they'd say, hey, do you know so-and-so? Yeah, well, I went to high school with him and he knows you. So it was, sport, it's a small community with it. Yeah, and we're very tight-knit, and chances are somebody knows somebody you know. So, and then from that arena, we went out to walk across the street to opening ceremonies. And walking across, they had like gates on each side, and there was people just cheering for us walking through, and we just happened to be right by the basketball team. So when we walked through, they were chanting Kobe. China just loves Kobe Bryant. We were out in town at the silk market, and they'd say, where are you from? And you'd say, oh, I'm from the United States. And they say, do you know Kobe Bryant? I don't know Kobe Bryant. I have met him, but it's really cool. And, everybody associates the USA with Kobe Bryant. So walking into the underground tunnel for opening ceremonies, we walk in and I have a video, and they're going, Kobe, Kobe. So that was really kind of funny because he was kind of like, yeah. So we walked down through the tunnel, and once we got in the tunnel, people were just chanting USA, USA, and that was one of the coolest things. And you see this little opening, just not little, but it was smaller, and you see this light just shining through. You can't even see out when you're in the tunnel. And once you go through that tunnel, it was huge. The only thing I can compare it to is like the first time I saw the Grand Canyon. It was breathtaking. You can't believe how amazing it is. And weightlifting, it's not one of the popular prime sports, so when you go to competitions, it's a room full of other weightlifters and families, and you might get lucky and have 100 people there or a couple hundred, but walking into a stadium with almost 100,000 people that are there to see you was just incredible. And we walked around the lap, we did our lap around the track, and I had my camera out, and my parents were flying there at that time. So I turned the camera and I said, hi, Mom and Dad, I'm at opening ceremonies. And it was really emotional. I cried the whole lap around. I had goosebumps because I just knew, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And it was so cool to walk around the track and see people with American flags, and they were pointing at you, and you'd point up, and they're like, yeah, they saw me, they saw me. But the support there was so incredible amongst people that they didn't even know anybody at the Olympics. They just came to watch Team USA. So walking around that walking around and taking that lap was unbelievable. It's something that, I mean, I hope to experience it again, but the ceremony was amazing. And when you got done, you filed